Welcome students. Today we are going to learn about the new lesson resources. Aim: to classify biotic and abiotic resources based on their origin. To classify resources based on development, exhaustibility, distribution and ownership. To classify human made and human resources. Okay students, now we will see some important keywords related in these lessons are classification, origin, biotic, abiotic, development, exhaustibility, distribution and ownership. First we will understand what is resources. Anything that satisfies human needs is called a resource. Gift of nature such as air, soil, water, forests and minerals, as well as human creations such as buildings, roads and so on are resources because they satisfy various needs. For example, the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, the food that we eat, the minerals that we use, our means of travel and communication are all examples of resources. These resources can be divided into three categories: natural resources, human resources and human-made resources. Resources are classified as biotic and abiotic based on their origin. Plants, animals and their products are classified as biotic resources because they are living things which are used in different ways by humans for their own benefit. Abiotic resources are non-living things in our environment which are used as resources for the benefit of humans. For example, land, minerals and water. Resources are divided based on development, exhaustibility, distribution and ownership. Based on development, resources are divided into actual and potential resources. Actual resources are resources currently in use and whole quantity and quality are known. For example, coal obtained from Neyveli coal mines located in the Kudalur district of Tamil Nadu. Potential resources are resources that exist and may be used in the future due to lack of information about their location or available quantity. Next, based on exhaustibility, they are divided into renewable and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources are resources which can be replenished if it gets over, such as air and water. Non-renewable resources are limited and cannot be replenished over exhausted. For example, coal and petroleum. Next, we will see based on distribution. Based on distribution, resources are divided into localized and universal or ubiquitous resources. Localized resources are found only in specific regions of the world. For example, minerals. Ubiquitous or universal resources like sunlight and air are found everywhere in the world. Next, resources are classified as individual, community, national and international because They all are owned by different sets of people. Like individual resources belongs to a person and community resources are used by all members of that community. For example of the individual resources are apartments and shops. For community resources are parks, hospitals and temples. National resources are resources which belong to one's country. For example, the tropical rainforest. International resources are found in open seas or ocean and are available for use by any country. When resources are created by humans using technology to build a new resource, it is called human-made resource, like roads, railways, buildings and furnitures. Next, we will see human resources. When group of humans use their knowledge and skills to create more resources from nature, they are called human resources. Skill, knowledge, education and health are 4 factors that make humans a resource. For example, a teacher teaches students, a doctor treats the sick, engineers can build things using their knowledge and skills. Next, we will see why should we conserve our resources. Resources are important for the overall development of humans. Resources fulfill our needs. We should conserve our resources because resources are limited and unevenly distributed. If we don't conserve our resources, they will get exhausted and future generations will not be able to benefit from them. The most effective way to conserve resources is the 3 R's: reduce, reuse and recycle. This method is very helpful in conserving our resources. By reducing the use of resources like switching off lights, take the staircase instead of the lift, for reduce the usage of plastic bags and stop the wastage of water. We can reuse shopping bags, cloth bags and many things. By giving materials for recycling to make new things, we promote the use of same resource instead of new resources for making things. We should conserve our wildlife and natural vegetation. We can also prevent pollution of all kinds of protect our environment. Okay students, today we learn what are the different types of resources, how natural resources classified, what are the human and human-made resources, and how should we conserve our resources. Thank you children.